All right. So you stayed with him. He had to go back to work today. You stayed for a couple of days.
Is there on the outside a stabilizer, or is it just to hold on to?
Somebody says, "Come here, let's do this." I'll go over here and do that. It's not about being around. It's about. I got it. Yeah. Look at Brian. He's like 6'5".
All right, that's a fire, boys.
It makes sense to me. There's pulled pork and I think maybe pulled beef.
Meatballs?
So tell me about that. What you do? Then you volunteer and.
Oh, a couple of years ago, I heard a nurse from Hospice Association in Northfield speak to the Rotary, and they always need more volunteers in hospice. And then they train you, to be a presence and so on. And I decided, well, gee, I can play harp for hospice, and so that's what I do when I, get assigned one or two people. It's a confidential assignment and so on. Then this is not a large harp, so I have a case for it, and I just haul it out, and I have a music stand and so on. And play anywhere from 10 or 15 minutes in a person's room to maybe a half an hour during a lunch period. And it seems to be a real soothing, comforting presence. Some situations have gone to a home, and it's more soothing for the family than it might be for the patient, because the hospice patient may be comatose or not aware. And then several times I've had families ask me to play for, say, a Mass before or during Eucharist. The music touches a different part of the brain. I think it brings immense peace and soothing, probably.
What brought you here?
Several guys from Staples, Motley area, where I was serving in ministry, were encouraging me for 2 or 3 years, and finally the spirit was right, and I decided I'd come. Kind of put together a whole lot of stuff about Native American spirituality. For me, it was in the context of the Paschal mystery, the faith, which makes a big difference for me. It reaffirmed some of my Celtic beliefs, Christian Celtic beliefs, put me in contact with other guys who want to be serious about their spiritual journey, and that's just refreshing alone, not to mention Richard Rohr's material and so on. So it's been, for me, it was a reaffirmation of where I am, but also a way to viscerally, gutsy, balls-wise go through the Paschal mystery, go through the griefs, some of the difficulties I've had in my life, and then coming out on the other side to the common wonderful. It's not easy, but it's great, and it stretches your faith. And that's why it's been good for me, It's a powerful experience. It's like peeling out the layers of an onion. Once you get into it, you discover crap that was there. You discover stuff you need to work on. And I've been coming back every year since, but one, I come in the off years. I've helped on some of the rituals, helped on some of the music. It's a non-verbal, very powerful experience. It's hard to describe. A couple years ago during Final Communion Eucharist, we had a classical guitarist here, and I suddenly found myself just weeping during the communion service. And for no explanation, I didn't have to worry about the explanation. It was just a powerful, transformative experience. That music touched me. I happen to like classical guitar very much too. So, you never know when the Spirit's going to kind of whomp you by the side of the head and say, hey, pay attention, be mindful. There's more than just what you see out there. It's great. It's a wonderful experience. My maple burl I visit up here is still there. It's great. The burl, the growth has taken on a lot of significance for me. It's a way that nature transforms pain in a tree, and these rites help me transform pain into something positive and incorporate it into growth that can continue rather than being stuck there. And a lot of guys get stuck in a lot of crap.
Yeah.
And so this is a way to get unstuck.
Yeah.
interestingly, oddly enough, it draws, I think, more older guys, but they've been initiated by life. They've been beat up more. I wish we had a way to really mentor young men more actively. I haven't figured out that. There's a lot of wisdom moving among the old guys, but our society doesn't regard wisdom as highly as it should, and so we haven't figured out a way to mine some of that, either in the church or in the rites necessarily. But just being in the presence of men is really significant and important. So I just covet the idea, wish that every guy could discover they are a beloved son of God. That's my wish for everybody. Unconditional love, you know. Grace is what the universe is about, I think, as Rohr says, something like that. You know, it's terrific. And that's hard to discover because we've been beat up a lot. We've been beat up by the church, we've been beat up by family, we've been beat up by somebody. But you know, we got to get through that and past that and learn to live as more, I don't know, redeemed people, graceful people, listening people. Men got a lot of work to do. This is a place to do it. It's a great place to do it.